Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I'm really pleased to welcome all of you from the Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Now, if you're in hospitality, you know that pulling off a huge event, well, to the guest, it can look like pure magic. But behind the curtain, it's not magic at all. It's mastery. And today, we're going to pull back that curtain and look at the blueprint for flawless event coordination. Let's get into it. So I want you to picture this. You've got a massive conference, 500 guests are arriving, and later there's a huge gala dinner. From the outside, it looks completely seamless, effortless even. But we know, that behind every single flawless event is this invisible, incredibly complex choreography. So the real question isn't just if it can be done. It's how do you do it perfectly every single time? And that's exactly what we're here to break down. To really get our heads around this, we're going to follow the entire life of an event. We'll kick things off with the single most critical partnership. Then we'll get into building the pre-arrival blueprint. After that, we'll jump right into the action, managing the live event, and then see what it takes to really elevate that experience. And finally, we'll uncover the core mindset that holds this whole thing together.
All right, let's start with the absolute heart of event success. For any big event, you've got two key departments, the front office and food and beverage. And here's the number one rule, the thing you can't forget. They absolutely cannot operate as separate islands. They have to function as a single, unified system.
You know, what this slide shows so clearly are the stakes. I mean, look at the difference. On one side, you have a unified system. That gets you organized arrivals, seamless service, and a happy, confident client. But on the other side, when departments work independently, you get visible disruptions, frustrated guests, and this constant exhausting cycle of just putting out fires. So this partnership, it's not some nice-to-have extra. It is the very foundation of operational excellence. So how do you actually build this unified system? Well, it all starts way before the first guest even thinks about packing their bags. Success isn't something you improvise on the day of. No way. It's meticulously planned for weeks, sometimes even months in advance. So let's take a look at the blueprint for that success. At the very heart of all this planning is one document, the Banquet Event Order, or as we all call it, the BEO. You really should think of this thing as the event's Bible. It's the single source of truth that takes everything promised in the contract and translates it into a clear, actionable game plan for every single department involved. And this is a perfect illustration of how that BO works. It's like a shared language. The front office looks at it to manage the flow of guests, the room blocks, and to flag any VIPs. At the exact same time, the food and beverage team is looking at the same document to plan out menus, service times, and room setups. Everybody is literally on the same page, which is just absolutely critical.
But of course, no plan is perfect, right? Events are live, they're dynamic, things can and will change on the fly. And that's why we're shifting our focus to the event day itself, where everything, and I mean everything, hinges on real-time communication. Let's play out a classic scenario. I'm sure you've seen this happen. The keynote speaker is on a roll, they're passionate, and they run about 15 minutes over schedule. Now, that one little delay could trigger a huge breakdown for the lunch service that's supposed to follow. So, what happens next to stop that disaster in its tracks?
The answer is a beautifully coordinated response. The front office team, they're right there. They see the delay happening. And they don't just wait, they act. The manager immediately gets on the radio to the F&B manager. The kitchen then adjusts, holding the main course so the food quality is perfect. And the result? The guests finish up, they move to lunch, and they are completely unaware that a potential crisis was just avoided. That right there is proactive teamwork in action.
So, stopping problems before they start, that's one thing. But truly exceptional service, well, that comes from mastering all those finer details, especially when you're managing VIPs and really high-profile events.
Handling VIPs inside a big group, that requires a whole other level of coordination. The front office will identify and flag these key people, sure, but that information has to be actively shared. Arrival times, preferences, that gets passed straight to F&B. That lets them prepare little personalized touches. It's not just one department's job, it's about both teams working together to deliver this quiet, thoughtful, almost invisible service.
This quote, it hits the nail on the head. It really captures the spirit of what luxury hospitality is all about. See, true five-star service isn't about being good at fixing problems. It's about creating an environment where problems don't even have a chance to happen, because you've already anticipated every need. And all of this brings us to the biggest idea of all,
the core mindset that powers everything we've just talked about. It's about getting beyond just doing your tasks and truly, deeply operating as one single system.
If you only take one single thing away from our time together today, please let it be this. At its absolute core, flawless event execution boils down to the number two. Two departments, front office and food and beverage, sharing one goal and acting as one team. That partnership is the engine that drives success, period.
And you know, this mindset, this sense of partnership, it doesn't just stop when the event's over. The final touch point is the bill. You could have a perfect event, but an inaccurate invoice can sour the whole experience. So it requires the exact same level of coordination, with F&B posting every charge perfectly and the front office managing that master account without a single error. The partnership isn't over until that client pays the bill totally happy.
So, as you move forward into your careers, I want to leave you with this question to really think about. You see, communication, it isn't just about sending an email or making a quick call. It's about culture. The real challenge, and honestly, the biggest opportunity for you as future leaders, is to transform that simple task into the very heart of how your team operates. So, how will you be the one to make that happen?